So today is a fact video, sort of. It's like the same idea as a fact video, but I probably didn't word it that way. So basically, I found, let me check, I think it's 48 events that have taken place on Christmas Day that aren't necessarily like Christmas, if that makes sense. So like deaths, births, historical events, etc., etc. I thought this would be really cool, and I actually found it was very interesting. So yeah, I'm just gonna share with you what I found. Links will be down below if you want to know where I found this stuff, and let me know other topics for videos like this that you'd like to see in the coming months. That would be awesome. So let's just get started with, I'm gonna say fact number one. So fact number one, Charlemagne was crowned Emperor of the Romans on Christmas Day in 800 AD. Pope Leo III crowned the Frankish king Charlemagne the Emperor of the Romans, reviving the title some 300 years after the fall of the ancient Western Roman Empire. Number two, William the Conqueror crowned King of England on October 14th, 1066. Duke William of Normandy, better known as William the Conqueror, defeated the army of King Harold II of England at the Battle of Hastings, arguably the most famous and era-defining battle in English history, and later that year, on Christmas Day, he was crowned King of England. Whoa. Number three, in 1896, John Philip Sousa composes Stars and Stripes Forever, which I think is like a song that Americans sing like in the army. I forgot to put that part in here, so I'm confused. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. I'm not. I know what I'm doing. Okay. Number four, Isaac Newton was born on Christmas Day in 1642. Number five, in 1997, Jerry Seinfeld announces his namesake sitcom will end in the spring. Imagine being Jerry Seinfeld and being like, it's Christmas. I think this is the day that I tell you all Seinfeld is on its last season. Like, what a power move. My favorite episode, not my favorite episode, that's a stretch. The episode that's ingrained in my mind forever from Seinfeld is the one where Kramer finds the guy that looks like a pig in the hospital. It was like traumatizing to me for some reason, and I always, whenever I think of Seinfeld, that's the only thing I think of. And okay, number six, George Washington crossed the Delaware River. By the time Christmas approached in 1776, the American Revolutionary War looked all but over for the American colonies. A series of defeats by the British had not only crushed morale in the Continental Army, but also depleted numbers via desertions. In desperate need of a victory, General George Washington, the future first president of the United States, led his 2,400-strong army in a dangerous and bold operation across the icy Delaware River during the night of the 25th of December in 1776. On the other side of the river was a Hessian garrison, German mercenaries under British command, enjoying festive celebrations and oblivious to the armies leading towards their position. Washington and his men defeated the army easily and without much bloodshed, capturing provisions and prisoners, which they swiftly took back with them across the river. The daring raid had paid off. The colonial forces had been given a well-needed morale boost and quickly resulted in further victories on the field of battle. The tide of war had been turned, and American history was changed forever. Number seven. I just felt like I didn't know what to do after like the way I said that. So number seven. In 1989, scientists in Japan achieved minus 271.8 degrees Celsius, the coldest temperature ever recorded. Number 8. The 1914 Christmas Day truce in the trenches. It was one of the most famous examples of kindness, humanity, and peace, a shining beacon of hope during a December 25th of 1977, Charlie Chaplin passed away in his sleep at the age of 88. The world had lost one of film's first global superstars. Number 11. Formed in 1922, the Soviet Union played a monumental role in global politics during the majority of the 20th century. On numerous occasions, the world held its collective breath as America and the USSR flirted dangerously with the prospect of nuclear annihilation, and the USSR would crumble. And on Christmas Day, 1991, the last president of the USSR, Mikhail Gorbachev, resigned from his post. The very next day, the Soviet Union was officially dissolved. As one era ended, another began for Russia, this time under the leadership of Boris Yeltsin. Number 12. In 2006, James Brown dies on Christmas Day. Number 13. Hindu people in India celebrate Tulsani Pujan Day on Christmas Day. This happens every year, in case you're wondering. I just thought that was fun to know that other people celebrate other things on December 25th. Okay, number 14. In 1809, physician Ephraim McDowell performs the first abdominal surgery in the United States, and he removed a 22-pound ovarian tumor. Not really sure that's what you should have been doing Christmas Day, but maybe it was like emergency. It was 1809, so I don't know. Okay, number 15. On December 24th in 1814, while many in the Western world celebrated Christmas Eve, the United States and Great Britain sat down to sign a famous peace agreement ending the War of 1812, also known as the Treaty of Ghent. The Treaty of Ghent. I added this in because it happened like sort of overnight. Like, went into the morning. Okay. Number 16. In 1959, Ringo Starr received his first drum kit. I thought that's important for everyone to know. A historical event, okay. Okay. Number 17. At the tail end of his term as president, Andrew Johnson gave a handful of former Confederate rebels a famous Christmas present. By way of proclamation, 179, on December 25th, 1868, Johnson issued amnesty to all and every person who had fought against the United States during the Civil War. Okay, number 18. As part of 1968's Apollo 8 mission, astronauts Frank Borman, Jim Lovell, and William Anders spent the night before Christmas orbiting the moon. Apollo 8 is perhaps best remembered today for the broadcast the three astronauts made when they entered the moon's orbit on Christmas Eve. As viewers were shown pictures of the moon and Earth from lunar orbit, Borman, Lovell, and Anders read the opening lines of the book of Genesis from the Bible. The broadcast, which ended with the famous line, "Merry Christmas and God bless all of you on the good earth," became one of the most watched television events in history. Number 19. In 2002, Katie Hinde, it's Hnida, so Katie Hinde becomes the first woman to play in a Division I college football game, and I'm pretty sure that English football, so soccer. I'm pretty sure that's what that means. Could be wrong though. Okay, number 20. In 336, Christmas was first celebrated. The Romans marked the birth of Jesus Christ on this day in what was thought to be the first Christmas celebration, after Emperor Constantine I had declared Christianity the preferred religion of the empire. Up to that point, celebrating birthdays was less common than observing the day of baptism. Eastern Christians continue to observe January 6th as Christmas. Number 21. In 1967, Paul McCartney and Jane Asher announced their engagement. Number 22. In 1989, Billy Martin dies. The Glory Days second baseman for the New York Yankees, who went on to manage the team in separate stints, died as a passenger in an automobile accident near his farm outside of Binghamton, New York. Number 23. In 1990, the first web page on the first web server using the first web browser got its first hit when British software consultant Tim Berners-Lee tried out his new system for linking computers. So, the internet. Its genesis is on Christmas Day. Typically. Okay, number 24. In 1962, the first Soviet Union conducts its final above-ground nuclear weapon test in anticipation of the 1963 partial nuclear test ban treaty. Number 25. In 1843, the first ever theater matinee presented at the Olympic in New York City. Why do I think it's so cute that they were like, matinee, Christmas Day, New York, let's do it. Wow, picture perfect. Okay. Number 26. Clara Barton, an American nurse, humanitarian, and founder of the American Red Cross, was born in 1821. Number 27. In 1932, a magnitude of 7.6 magnitude earthquake in Gansu, China, kills 275 people. 28. In 1995, Dean Martin dies. Rat Packer, singer, comedian, actor, and host of the Ring-a-Ding Dean Martin Celebrity Roast. Martin died at 78 after battling lung cancer and emphysema. I was gonna get there. I can usually get there with medical words. That one was hard. Okay. Number 29. The origin of the Ku Klux Klan. It is recorded that 6 former members of the defeated Confederate Army formed a brotherhood in Pulaski, Tennessee on Christmas Day in 1865. Number 30. In 597, the Julian calendar was reintroduced to England, originally taking effect in 45 BCE and traditionally considered reintroduced to England in 597. It took a little over 200 years for England to fully commit to Julius Caesar's preferred means of measuring time, and they were nearly another 200 years behind the rest of Europe in switching over to the Gregorian calendar in the 1750s. Number 31. In 1492, Christopher Columbus's Santa Maria sinks on Hispaniola. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Hispaniola is like a little island by Haiti. And Santa Maria was obviously the ship. It sunk, anyway, in the ocean. Okay, and number 32. In 1741, astronomer Anders Celsius introduces the centigrade scale. Number 33. In 1758, the return of Halley's Comet was first sighted. German farmer and amateur astronomer Johann Georg Palstitz. I said that so wrong. Palch. It's Palitzsch. It's anyone's guess. Okay. Anyways, he spotted the fireball, confirming Edmund Halley's theory of the 76-year cycle of Halley's Comet. Number 34. Louis Chevrolet, a Swiss-American race car driver and co-founder of Chevrolet, was born in 1878. Number 35. 1873, Thomas Edison married his first wife. Mary Stilwell was just 16 when she wed the inventor, who apparently neglected his family in favor of his work. Number 36. In 1930, the Mount Van Hoevenberg bobsled run at Lake Placid, New York, opened to the public. It was America's first bobsled track built to international standards. Number 37. Jimmy Buffett was born in Pascagoula, Mississippi in 1000, Hungary is established as a Christian kingdom by Stephen I of Hungary. Number 39, in 1926, Hirohito became the Emperor of Japan. His 63-year reign was the longest in Japan's history, and he presided over a period of tremendous change in Japanese society. And I feel like it was like the last Emperor of Japan, if it was in 1926. I think I even double checked the date because I read that and I was like, that's suspicious. And I felt like I went and double checked the date and it was right. I just didn't realize that Japan was still under like an emperor like 100 years ago. I guess if it was like sort of that long. I don't know. Number 40. The film version of To Kill a Mockingbird was released on Christmas Day in 1962, and I believe that it was like sort of the beginning of the popularity of releasing movies on Christmas Day, because it did do really well, but I mean, it was the movie version of To Kill a Mockingbird. Like, I don't know what anyone expected there. But number 41. The longest ever battery-powered car trip ended on Christmas Day in 1985. I think it was like a day, like in Europe or England, I believe is where it took place. And like, I think the point was that they didn't like charge the battery, maybe. Don't quote me on that part. But the longest ever battery-powered car trip ended on Christmas Day in 1985. Number 42. In 1815, the Handel and Hayden Society, the oldest continually performing arts organization in the United States, gave its first performance. Number 43. In 1831, the Great Jamaican Slave Revolt began. Up to 20% of Jamaican slaves mobilized in an ultimately unsuccessful fight for freedom. 44. In 1951, a bomb explodes at the home of Harry T. Moore and Harriet V.S. Moore, early leaders of the civil rights movement, killing Harry instantly and fatally wounding Harriet. Number 45. In 2019, 20 people are killed and thousands are left homeless by Typhoon Fanphone in the Philippines. Oh my god, why did I? Okay, number 46. Those were really morbid, and now this one's not, so I'm sorry. But number 46, Justin Trudeau, the 23rd Prime Minister of Canada, was born in 1971 on Christmas Day. This one's better. So, number 47. Instead of Christmas, Children's Day is celebrated in many African countries, including Cameroon, Chad, and Congo. Because they're obviously not Christian, so they celebrate Christmas. Anyways, last but not least, number 48. This has to do with the events of last Christmas, so if you maybe don't want to listen to this, I'm sorry, but in 2020, an explosion in Nashville, Tennessee occurs, leaving 3 civilians in the hospital. And that's all of my events that have taken place on Christmas Day fact video. I found this really interesting, because I feel like most of us are like, why would you be doing anything else but spending time with your family on this day? But apparently some people had other plans sometimes. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So